आचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज की
जय।
गौड़ी वैष्णववृंद की
जय।
दास ठाकुर की
जय।
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय गोप्रेमानंदे
हरि हरि।
all glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees of Guru Govind. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Hare Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Creation, Chapter 6, Conversation between Narada and Vyasadeva. Today's verses 25 to 28. Wait, 25. Etavat
यदावा दुक्तो
uktva
उक्त्वा
upararama
उपरराम तन्
mahat
महान्
bhutam
भूतं
nabhalingam
नभलिङ्गम्
alingam
अलिङ्गम्
ishwaram
ईश्वरम्
aham
अहं
cha tasmai
तस्मै
mahatam
महतां
mahiyase
महीयसे
Krishna
कृष्णा
avanamam
अवनामं
vidade
विदधे
अनुकंपिता
अनुकम्पिता
एदावत् उक्तोपररामां तन्मः
एतावदुक्तोपररामा
एदावत् उक्तोपररामा तन्मः
एतावदुक्तोपररामा तन्मः
भूतं नभो लिङ्गम् अलिङ्गमीश्वरम्
भूतं नमो लिङ्गम् अलिङ्गम् ईश्वरम्
अहं च तस्मै महदां महीयसे
अहं च तस्मै महदां महीयसे
विष्णोवनामं विदधे अनुकम्पिता
कृष्णावनामं विदधेऽनुकम्पिता
एतावदुक्तोपरराम तन्मः
एतावदुक्तोपररामः
भूतं नभो लिङ्गमलिङ्गमीश्वरम्
भूतं नमो लिङ्गमलिङ्गमीश्वरम्
अहं च तस्मै महदां महीयसे
अहं च तस्मै महदां महीयसे
विष्णोवनामं विदधे अनुकम्पिता
कृष्णावनामं विदधेऽनुकम्पिता
एतावदुक्तोपरराम तन्मः
एतावदुक्तोपरराम तन्मः
भूतं नभो लिङ्गमलिङ्गमीश्वरम्
भूतं नमो लिङ्गमलिङ्गमीश्वरम्
अहं च तस्मै महदां महीयसे
अहं च तस्मै महदां महीयसे
विष्णोवनामं विदधे अनुकम्पिता
कृष्णावनामं विदधेऽनुकम्पिता।
जलजमाला जी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। एतावदुक्तोपरराम तन्मः भूतं नभो लिङ्गमलिङ्गमीश्वरम् अहं च तस्मै महदां महीयसे शीर्ष्णावनामं विदधेऽनुकम्पिता। हरे राम हरे कृष्ण।
जय श्री माँ जी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। एतावदुक्त्वोपरराम तन्महद्भूतं नभो लिङ्गमलिङ्गमीश्वरम् अहं च तस्मै महतां महीयसे शीर्ष्णावनामं विदधेऽनुकम्पिता। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण। मिलिंदमा जी।
हरे कृष्ण। एतावद् उक्तोपरराम तन्महद् भूतं नभो लिङ्गम् अलिङ्गम् ईश्वरम् अहं च तस्मै महतं महीयसे शीर्ष्णावनामं पिदधेनुकम्पितः। हरे कृष्ण।
Oh, Hare Krishna. Snigdha Maji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। एतावदुक्तो परम रामो तन्महत् भूतं नभो लिंगमलिंगम ईश्वरम् अहं च तस्मै महतं महीयसे शिष्णावनामं विदते अनुकंपितः। मे आई रीड प्रभु जी?
Yes. Yes.
Synonyms: एतावत्, thus, उक्त्वा, spoken, uparama, upararama, stopped, tat, that, mahat, great, bhutam, wonderful, nabhah, lingam, personified by sound, alingam, unseen by the eyes, Ishwaram, the supreme authority, aham, I, cha, also, tasmai, unto him, mahatam, the great, mahatyashe, unto the glorified, Srishna, by the head, avanamam, obeisances, bidadhe, executed, anukampitaha, being favored by him. Translation: then that supreme authority, personified by sound and unseen by eyes, but most wonderful, stopped speaking. Feeling a sense of gratitude, I offered my obeisances unto him, bowing my head. Purport: His Divine Grace, ऐसी भक्ति वेदांता श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. That the personality of Godhead was not seen but only heard doesn't make any difference. The personality of Godhead produced the four Vedas by his breathing, and he is seen and realized through the transcendental sound of the Vedas. Similarly, the Bhagavad Gita is the sound representation of the Lord, and there is no difference in identity. Identity. The conclusion is that the Lord can be seen and heard by persistent chanting of the transcendental sound. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. 26. Namani
नामानि
Anantasya
Anantasya
Hatatrapa
हतप्रभा
Prabha
Pathan
पठन्
Dhyani
गुह्यानि
Bhadrani
भद्राणि
भद्रा
Kritani
कृतानि
कृतानि
Cha
च
च
Maran
स्मरन्
स्मरन्
Gam
गां
Paryadas
पर्यडास्
Tushtamana
तुष्टमना
Yadaspruha
तदस्पृहा
Kalam
कालं
Pradishan
प्रदिशन्
Vimodo
विमदो
Malsara
विमत्सरा
Namanyanandasya Hadatrapa Patan
तस्य हतप्रभा पठन्
Guhyani Bhadrani Kridani Cha Smaran
गुह्यानि भद्राणि कृतानि च स्मरन्
Gamparyadam Stushtamana Gadaspruha
गां पर्यडं तुष्टमनास्तदस्पृहा
Kalam Pradishan Vimodo Vimalsara
कालं प्रदिशन् विमदो विमल्सरा
Namanyanandasya Hadatrapa Patan
नामानन्दस्य हतप्रभा पठन्
Yani Bhadrani Kridani Cha Smaran
गुह्यानि भद्राणि कृतानि च स्मरन्
Gamparyadam Stushtamana Gadaspruha
गां पर्यडं तुष्टमनागदस्पृहा
Kalam Pradishan Vimodo Vimalsara
कालं प्रदिशन् विमदो विमल्सरा
Namanyanandasya Hadatrapa Patan
नामानन्दस्य हतप्रभा पठन्
Yani Bhadrani Kridani Cha Smaran
गुह्यानि भद्राणि कृतानि च स्मरन्
Gamparyadam Stushtamana Gadaspruha
गां पर्यडं तुष्टमनागदस्पृहा
Kalam Pradishan Vimodo Vimalsara
कालं प्रदिशन् विमदो विमल्सरा
Shailaja Mataji.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नामानन्दस्य हतत्र पठन् गुह्यानि भद्राणि कृतानि च स्मरन् गाम्भीर्यं सुष्टमनागतस्पृहा कालं प्रदिशन् विमदो विमत्सरा। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Jai Shrimaji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नामान्यनन्द्यस्य तत्र पठन् गुह्यानि भद्राणि कृतानि च स्मरन् गाम्भीर्यडन् स्तुष्टमनागतस्पृहः कालं प्रतीक्षन् विमतो विमत्सरः। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Snigdhamaji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। न मान्यानन्तस्य तत्रपः पठन् गुह्यानि भद्राणि कृतानि च स्मरन् गङ्पर्यटं तुष्टमनागतस्पृह कालं प्रतीक्षन् विमदो विमत्सरः। हरे कृष्ण।
Milindamaji.
हरे कृष्ण नामनि अनन्तस्य हठात्रपः पठन् गुह्यानि भद्राणि कृतानि च स्मरन् गां पर्याप्तां स्तुष्टा मना गता स्पृह कालं प्रतीक्षन् विमदो विमत्सरः
Hare Yes.
Namani, the holy name, fame, etc.
Namani.
Namani, the holy name, fame, etc. Anantasya, of the unlimited. Hatatrapaha, being freed from all formalities of the material world. Pathan, by recitation, repeated reading, etc. Goyani, mysterious. Badrani, all benedictory. Kirtani, activities. Cha, and
Kritani. Kritani.
Kritani, activities. Cha, and Smaran, constantly remembering. Gam, on the earth. Paryatan, traveling all through. Toshta Manaha, Manaha, fully satisfied. Gata Spraha, completely freed from all material desires. Kalam, time. Pratikshan, awaiting. Vimadaha, without being proud. Vimatsarha, without being envious. Translation. Thus I began chanting the holy name and fame of the Lord by repeated recitation, ignoring all the formalities of the material world. Such chanting and remembering of the transcendental pastimes of the Lord are benedictory. So doing, I travelled all over the earth, fully satisfied, humble, and unenvious. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ji Ki Jai. The life of a sincere devotee of the Lord is thus explained in a nutshell by Narad Muni by his personal example. Such a devotee, after his initiation by the Lord or his bona fide representative, takes very seriously chanting of the glories of the Lord and traveling all over the world so that others may also hear the glories of the Lord. Such devotees have no desire for material gain. They are conducted by one single desire to go back to Godhead. This awaits them in due course on quitting the material body. Because they have the highest aim of life, going back to Godhead, they are never envious of anyone, nor are they proud of being eligible to go back to Godhead. Their only business is to chant and remember the holy name, fame, and pastimes of the Lord, and according to personal capacity, to distribute the message for others' welfare without motive of material gain. Hare Krishna.
Welfare without many gains. Okay. Finished. Okay, right. 27. Evam
एवं
Krishnamate
Krishna
कृष्णमतेर्
Brahman
Brahman
ब्रह्मन्
Asaktasya
आसक्तस्य
आसक्तस्य
Amalatmana
अमलात्
अमलात्
Mana
Kala
Kala
Pradurabhut
Pradhur
प्रादुर्
Pradurabhut
Pradhur
प्रादुरभूत्
Kale
Kale
Tadit
Tadi
तडित्
Saudamani
Saudam
सौदामि
Yatha
Yatha
यथा
यथा
Evam Krishnamade Brahman
एवम् एवं
कृष्णमते
कृष्णमदे ब्रह्मन्
आसक्तस्यामलात्मना
आसक्तस्य
आसक्तस्यामलात्मना
मलात्मना
काला प्रादुराभूत्काले
काला प्रादुरभूत्काले
काले
तडित्सौदामनि यथा
तडित्सौदामिनी यथा
एवं कृष्णमदे ब्रह्मन्
एवं कृष्णमदे ब्रह्मन्
नासक्तस्य अमलात्मना
नासक्तस्य अमलात्मना
कालप्रादुराभूत्काले
प्रादुरभूत्काले
तडित्सौदामनि यथा
तडित्सौदामिनी यथा
एवं कृष्णमदे ब्रह्मन्
एवं कृष्णमदे ब्रह्मन्
नासक्तास्यामलात्मना
नासक्तस्य अमलात्मना
कालप्रादुराभूत्काले
कालप्रभूत्काले
तडित्सौदामिनि यथा
तडित्सौदामिनी यथा।
शब्दमजी
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। एवं कृष्णमदे ब्रह्मन् नासक्तस्य मलात्मना काला प्रादुरभूत्काले तडित्सौदामिनी यदा। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्णा। यस जय श्री महाराज जी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। एवं कृष्णमते ब्रह्मन् आसक्तस्यामलात्मनः कालप्रादुरभूत्काले तडित्सौदामिनी यथा। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्णा। मिलिंदा जी।
हरे कृष्ण। एवं कृष्णमते ब्रह्मन् नासक्तस्यामलात्मनः कालः प्रादुराभूत्काले तडित्सौदामणि यथा। हरे कृष्ण।
राइट। सिद्धमा जी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। एवं कृष्णमते ब्रह्मन् आसक्त श्यामलात्मनः कालः प्रादुर्भूत काले तडित्सौदामणि यथा। Synonyms. Evam, thus, Krishna Matehe, one who is fully absorbed in thinking of Krishna, Brahman, O Vyasadeva, na, not, Asaktasya, of one who is attached, Amala Atmanaha, of one who is completely free from all material dirt, Kalaha, death, Pradurbhuta, become visible, Kale, in the course of time, Tadith, lightning, Saudamani, illuminating, Yatha, is it is. Translation. And so, O Brahman, Vyasadeva, in due course of time, I, who was fully absorbed in thinking of Krishna and who therefore had no attachments, being completely freed from all material taints, met with death, as lightning and illumination occur simultaneously. Purpose, His Divine Grace, ऐसे भक्तिवेदांता स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय. To be fully absorbed in the thought of Krishna means clearance of material doubts or hankerings. As a very rich man has no hankering for small petty things, so also a devotee of Lord Krishna, who is guaranteed to pass on to the kingdom of God, where life is eternal, fully cognizant and blissful, naturally has no hankerings for pretty material things, which are like dolls or shadows of the reality and are without permanent value. That is the sign of spiritually enriched persons. And in due course of time, when a pure devotee is completely prepared, all of a sudden the change of body occurs, which is commonly called death. And for the pure devotee, such a change takes place exactly like lightning, and illumination follows simultaneously. That is to say, a devotee simultaneously changes his material body and develops a spiritual body by the will of the Supreme. Even before death, a pure devotee has no material affection due to his body being spiritualized like a red hot iron in contact with fire. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Text 28. Prayujyamane
Prayujyamane
Mayi
Mai
Tam
Tam
Tham
शुद्धां
Bhagavatim
भगवती
Tanum
Tanum
तनुम्
Arabdha
आरब्धा
Ma
Karma
Nirvano
Nirvana
निर्वाणो
Nyabada
Nyapad
निबद
Panja Bhautika
पाञ्चभौतिका
Priyujyamane Maitam
प्रयुज्यमाने महिता
Tam Bhagavatim Tanum
तां
Sudham Bhagavating Tanum
Arabdha
भागवतीं
Karma
तनुम्
Nirvano
Arabdha Karma
आरब्धकर्मनिर्वाणो
Nyabadat Panja Bhautika
निबदत् पाञ्चभौतिका
Priyujyamane Prayujyamane Tam
Prayujyama
प्रयुज्यमाने महितां
Maitam
Dham Bhagavatim Tanum
Sudham Bhagavating
भागवतीं तनुम्
Tanum
Arabdha Karma Nirvano
Arabdha Karma Nirvana
Vadat Pancha Bhautika
Vyapatat
पाञ्चभौतिका
Priyujyamane Maitam
प्रयुज्यमाने महितां
Maitam
Dham Bhagavatim Tanum
शुद्धा
Sudham
भागवतीं
Bhagavating
तनुम्
Tanum
Arabdha Karma Nirvano
आरब्धकर्मनिर्वाणो
Nirvana
Vadat Pancha Bhautika
निबदत् पाञ्चभौतिका
See?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी
Krishna.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय प्रयुज्यमाने महितां प्रयुज्यमाने महितां शुद्धां भागवतीं तनुम् आरब्धकर्मनिर्वाणो निबदत् भौतिका हरे कृष्ण
Yes. Jai Shri Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय प्रयुज्यमाने महितां शुद्धां भागवतीं तनूम् आरब्धकर्म निर्वाणो न्यबदत्पाञ्चभौतिकः हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. Yes. Snigdha Maji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva Prayujyamaning Mai Twang Suddhang Bhagavating Tanum Arabdha Karma Nirbano Nyapatat Panchabhotikah Hare Krishna
Pancha Bhautika.
Panchabhotika
Yes. Melinda Maji.
Hare Krishna Prayujyamane Maitam Shuddham Bhagavatim Tanum Arabdha Karma Nirvano Nyapatat Pancha Bhautikah Hare Krishna Prayujyamane having been awarded Mai on me Tam that Shuddham transcendental Bhagavatim fit for associating with personality of Godhead Tanum body Arabdha acquired Karma fruitive work Nirvana prohibitive Nyapatat quit Pancha Bhautika body made of 5 material elements. Translation Having been awarded a transcendental body befitting an associate of the personality of Godhead, I quit the body made of 5 material elements, and thus all acquired fruitive results of work, karma, stopped. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ji Ki Jai. Informed by the personality of Godhead that he would be awarded a transcendental body befitting the Lord's association, Narada got his spiritual body as soon as he quitted his material body. This transcendental body is free from material affinity and invested with 3 primary transcendental qualities, namely eternity, freedom from all material modes, and freedom from the reactions of fruitive activities. The material body is always afflicted with lack of these 3 qualities. A devotee's body becomes at once surcharged with transcendental qualities as soon as he is engaged in the devotional service of the Lord. It acts like the magnetic influence of a touchstone upon iron. The influence of transcendental devotional service is like that. Therefore, change of the body means stoppage of the reaction of 3 qualitative modes of material nature upon the pure devotee. There are many instances of this in the revealed scriptures. Dhruv Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj and many other devotees were able to see the personality of Godhead face to face, apparently in the same body. This means that the quality of a devotee's body changes from the material to transcendence. That is the opinion of the authorized Goswamis via the authentic scriptures. In the Brahma Samhita, it is said that that beginning from the Indra Gopa germ up to the great Indra, king of heaven, all living beings are subjected to the law of karma and are bound to suffer and enjoy the fruitive result of their own work. Only the devotee is exempt from such reactions by the causeless mercy of the Supreme Authority, the Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthavidam Yena Bhutare Swayam Jubakada Mahyam Dadadi Swapadandigam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udapatagamalam Shri Guru Vishnavasa Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Raghunathanvidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadhutam Parijanasahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalitam Shri Vishagan Vidamsam Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती नामिने श्री वाशवानवी देवी दैत्याय कृपाब्दये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञानदायिने प्रभवे नमः माधुर्योजल प्रेमाढ्या श्री रूपानुगा भक्तिदाम गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनदारिणे रूपानुगावृधव सिद्धान्त द्वन्द्वहारिणे नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्बरसाम्बोधे पादाम्बुजे ते नमः नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगा वराय ते गौराविर्भवभूमेस्तं निर्देष्टा सज्जनप्रिया वैष्णवसार्वभौमो श्रीजगन्नाथाय ते नमः श्रीरूपा सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथा श्रीजीवगोपाल भट्टा दास रघुनाथा गोसाई कोरिचरण बंधन जहाँ मोति विज्ञानाश अभीष्टपूरण वांछा कल्पद्रुभश्च कृपा सिंधु भी एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महोदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्युषे नमः पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिगम् हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबन्धो जगल्पदे गोपेशा गोपिका कान्दा राधा कान्दा नमस्तुते जयदां सुरतोपङ्गोर्मम मन्दमदेर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदाम्बोजो राधा मदनमोहनो दिव्यावृन्दारण्यकल्पधुमदां श्रीमद्रत्नाकरसिंहासनस्थौ श्रीमद्राधाशीलगोविन्ददेवो प्रेष्ठालिभिः सेव्यमानो स्मरामि श्रीमन्रासरसारम्भिवंशीवडत्तडस्थितः कर्षन् वेणुस्वनैर्गोपी गोपीनाथश्रियेतुना तप्तकाञ्चनगौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुदे देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे एतावत् उक्तो परराम तन्महत् भूतं नभो लिङ्गमलिङ्गमीश्वरम् अहं च तस्मै महदां महीयसे श्रीष्णोवनामं विददे अनुकम्पिता Then that supreme authority, personified by sound and unseen by eyes, but most wonderful, stopped speaking. Feeling a sense of gratitude, I offered my obeisances unto him, bowing my head. Hare Krishna. So we have seen Krishna revealing himself to Narada, giving him a darshan very mercifully, and then withdrawing that darshan. And Narada is very upset. He tries to see the Lord again, but fails. And then he hears the deep sound of Krishna speaking. And Krishna said that in this life, you'll not be able to see me anymore. But in the next life, you'll be able to will be associating with me. After this life, you'll be associating with me in my dham. Normally, people who is not pure in heart, will not be able to see Krishna. Adashri Krishna namadi na bhavet grahim indriyai. With the polluted senses, polluted mind, and polluted intelligence, which is not fixed in Krishna but fixed in something else, all the distractions, normally we will not be able to see Krishna. But Narada's case was completely pure. Even then we can ask why Narada cannot continue to see Krishna. The reason is given is that that is to increase Narada's love attachment to Krishna. Sagadit yadashidam rupam edat kamaya te anagha mat kama shanagay sadhu savan munjandi hrichayan. So the desire to see the Lord is actually transcendental. Desire in a conditioned mind, conditioned soul, or when you are in a conditioned state, it is coming as a product of the mind and therefore material. But desire, in the case of a transcendental person, to see the Krishna and render service to him, is really transcendental and actually is a surupa of the soul. So the desire will be intensified. Krishna says it will be intensified in separation. The devotee will only be seeing Krishna only continuously in separation, eagerly awaiting for him, eagerly awaiting when he'll be able to see again Krishna again. In that 5th chapter, you'll find a very nice verse from Padma Purana, I think. It's given in, Gita Bhushan. Srila Prabhupada also quotes it. Darshana dhyana sampashte malsyakurma vihangama swani abatyani pushnandi tadaham avipatnaja. This is the purport of the 26th verse of the 5th chapter. 5.26. It's quoting from Padma Purana. Darshana dhyana sampashte. Darshana, the fish nourishes its offspring by seeing. Dhyana, the turtle by meditation. Samparshe, the birds by touch. Malsya, Kurma, Vihangama. Malsya is by Darshana, Kurma is by Dhyana, and Vihangama. Vihangama means birds. Samparshe. Because the fish will lay eggs in far off places and then meditate on that. The turtle also will be meditating. He will put it in a shore. He lay eggs on a shore, then he go waddle into a sea and then meditate on that eggs which it has laid on the shore. And by birds also, by touch. Like that, I nourish my devotees with similar affection, and devotees also crave for Krishna. So this intense desire in Padyavali, which is quoted by Rupa Goswami, and it appears in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 8, verse 70, 8.70. One wonderful verse is there. It's very popular. Krishna Bhakti Rasabhavidamadihi Kriyadam Yadi Kudo Bilabhyade Tatra Laulyam Abhimulyam Ekalam Janma Kodi Surde Nlabhyade. You can just go to net, Google, and just type CC Madhya 8.70. You'll get this. Or you want me to post in the group?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Right. Krishna Bhakti Rasabhavita Madi. Pure devotion service in Krishna consciousness. Kriyadam Yadi Kudobi Labhyade cannot be had even by pious activities. Tatra Laulyam Abhi Mulyam Egalam Janma Kodi Sugurden Labhyade. Janma Kodi Sugurden Labhyade. Even pious activities in hundreds of thousands of lives. By doing that, you will not be able to get the Krishna Prema. Krishna Bhakti Rasabhavida Madi. Quite nice word is that. Absorbed in the mellows of executing devotional service to Krishna. Absorbed in the mellows of executing devotional service to Krishna. And how it can be attained? It can be attained. Tatra laulyam abhimulyam. If it is available in the market, please go and buy it. Rupa Goswami says, if it is available in the market, please go and buy it. Then what is the price we have to pay? It can be attained only by paying one price, that is intense greed to obtain it. The intense greed to obtain it. That's the only price. And that's the only way also to get Krishna Prema. So in separation, the intense greed magnifies several times, hundreds of times. So that is the intention of Krishna, so that Narada's greed for associating Krishna will double. And then in this verse, after then in the next verse, Krishna says, Hitva avadyamevam logam ganda majjanasi asi. Hitva, after giving up this present deplorable material world, Hitva avadyamevam logam, deplorable world. Avadyamevam logam ganda majjanamasi, majjanadamasi. By associating with my devotees, you will leave this material world and come back to me. And speaking thus, the Supreme Lord stopped speaking. It is here given Supreme Lord's Mahadam. So, he cannot be seen, but he can be heard. So, Nabhalinga means, Nabha actually means sky. Nabhalinga means, Vishwanath Chakravarti says, he left a trace of his sound. He left a trace of his sound in the sky. So, that is why it's called Nabhalinga. In the form of speaking to Narada, in the Ida. In Ida means sky. He left his a lingam, a trace in the sky, and that is why he's called Nabhalingam. But he is not visible. That is why it's called Alingam. But his voice, there is no difference between Krishna's name, form, etc. It's all the same. In Kali Yuga especially, Krishna comes as a sound. There is no difference between the name and the person. Padma Purana is given Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Abhinnatvan Nama Namino. Nama Chintamani Krishna. Krishna's name is like a Chintamani, a desire stone. Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. It is a reservoir of all pleasures. Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto. It is not a material name. It is a pure name. Since Krishna's name is not contaminated by material qualities, there is no question of being involved with Maya. Krishna's name is always liberated and spiritual. It is never conditioned by laws of material nature. This is because Abhinnatvan Nama Namino. This is because the name of Krishna and Krishna himself are identical. So even if you are not able to see Krishna, just by listening to his voice, which is transcendental, you can feel the presence of Krishna. So Narada praises him. Narada pays all these obeisances. Aham chatasmai mahadam hiyase mahadam. Mahadam means even in Brahma also, to Brahma also, Krishna appears without form. When he covering himself by his Yoga Maya. And then he is teaching Vedas, he is whispering Vedas into ears of Brahma. Asya Mahad Budasya Nishwasido Rig Yajur Sama Athangiras. Is given Brihat Aranya Upanishad. There are 10 most important Mukhya Upanishads. Brahma, this is Brihat Aranya Upanishad is one important, one of the 10 Upanishads. He says, Asya Mahad Budasya Nishwasito, by the breath of Krishna, by the breath of Mahad Buddha is Krishna. Came out Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Athangiras. Athangiras means he is entrusted with the Atharvaveda. So all the Vedas, Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, and Atharvaveda came out of the breath of Krishna. Mahad Buddha. So that's why it's called here also. It is given Mahadam Mahiyase. It's very, very respectfully. Narada paid obeisances by prostrating himself because he was feeling very, very gratitude, feeling of gratitude for Krishna's mercy. Anukambidam. Anukambidam means being favored by him because of his mercy. Narada was able to see once Krishna, and he is very, very grateful for this. And then after his darshan of Krishna, when Krishna promises him that you'll come back to me in your spiritual form, Narada is very jubilant. And what he does? Namanyandasya hadapatra pathan, guhyani vadrani kridani chasmaran, gam paridam stushtamana gadaspruha, kalam pradishan vimudo vimalsara. So this is what a devotee will do. A devotee is completely free from all this sinful, all those kind of kalmashas, material contamination. It's completely free from material contamination, which means is non-envious. Contamination, there is always between the bonded jivas. Conditioned jivas always struggle in this material world. And this struggle is to gain upper hand over material nature. And in that struggle, in his urge to exploit the resources, he always faces competition from other jivas. So there is always competition and feud between the jivas, the conditioned jivas, because everybody wants to exploit nature to its maximum competition between the jivas. But here, the devotees is Vimalsara. Vimalsara means he is not at all inclined for competition because he's not at all interested in this. These are temporary things. In his eyes, it's like a mud or like a stone. All the pressures we can derive from the material senses and material nature from nature is simply gravel for him. He doesn't relish that, and nor does he desire that. Only the conditions all relishes his material pleasures. For devotees, it is like poison. Only one who is totally off balance, pramatha. Rishabhadesi says pramatha, Nyunam pramatha kuridevi karma. Nyunam pramatha kuridevi karma. We'll be always engaged in this kind of activities only when in a conditioned state, a diseased state. Where we have no contact with Krishna, we are very much entrapped the Maya of Krishna, and hence there is competition. But devotees, they have nothing to do with that because they are peacefully satisfied. He's totally satisfied. So he said, Tushtamana, completely satisfied. And Gadaspriha, it doesn't have any material desires at all. Gadaspriha means totally devoid of any material desires, completely satisfied himself after seeing Krishna. And although he is now having this prarabdha body, he is just waiting, kalam predictions, and very nice, kalam prediction. He is waiting for the day when his material body will fall. Kalam prediction, vimado vimalsara. So, and he's going round. And he's going round all the world. He is not simply satisfied by him realizing Krishna. He wants this fortune to others also, so that they can also enjoy the bliss of Krishna darshan. So he's going around all over the world. And these are very normal souls. In Srimad Bhagavatam, the Rasa Dance 10th Canto 31.9 is called Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kaviviridam Kalmasapaham Shravanamangalam
Shravanamangalam Srimadatam Vibhigunanti te Bhurida Janaha. Gopi Gita, Prabhuji.
Tava Kadamridam Tapta Jivanam. Loknath Swami Maharaj sings it so beautifully. You heard that Loknath Swami Maharaj sing
Yes,
this?
yes, Prabhuji. Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
You go to Google, go with it, download, you will find singers there. Everyone is good, but Dr. Swami Maharaj has something extra. Right, it's very nice. So, the nectar of your words and description of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. Tava kadamridam, kadhamridam. Amritam means your story is Amritam. Tapta Jivana means one who is suffering. Kavi Birididam, by the great, this is decided by the great thinkers. These narrations transmitted by learned sages. Kavi Birididam, everything is narration. Kavi Ididam means narrated. Narrated by great sages. Kalma Shapaham is eradicates one's sinful reactions. And then what? Shravanamangam Srimadadadam. Bestow good fortune upon whoever hears him. These narrations are broadcast all over the world. Bhuvigirandiye Bhuridajana. Bhuvigirandiye is completely spread all over the world. By whom? Bhurida, most beneficent persons. Who are most beneficent. These are the messengers of Krishna, who's associates of Krishna. And so Narada is already one of the associates in this present life itself. And he is executing the will of Krishna by going round the whole world, in all the universes, singing his glories, chanting his names. It doesn't have any sort of material anxieties, material kalmashas, nothing. He's just waiting for the day when he can shed this material body and receive the spiritual body. Because Krishna has promised him that he will give you the spiritual body. So he's patiently awaiting, eagerly also. Because once you are sure that you are going to get, the Krishna has promised that nobody can do anything to stop this. So that's why he's so relaxed and so peaceful. And that's why he doesn't have any kind of competitive things to others. Because his place is assured. What more do you need? What more do we need? Somebody guarantees us that after this life, you'll definitely join Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. That very moment itself, you'll become unenvious, non-agitated. There'll be a tremendous change in our consciousness. So that's why we are saying that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful. Here you can see Srimad Bhagavatam says that you should be totally free from these material taints. You should be totally free from Tamogun, Rajogun. You should be situated in Shuddha Sattva only. So the purity is very, very important here. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful that he doesn't even look at the purity of this people. He's awarding the highest transcendental gift that you can ever give. It's Krishna Prema. So the only business of these liberated souls while living this material body is to remember the holy name, fame, pastimes of the Lord, and according to our capacity, distribute the message for others' welfare without motive, material gain. Srila Prabhupada is very clear given in his without motive of material gain. Because in the second chapter, you'll find this verse number 9 of, I think verse number 9 of second chapter. Dharmasya hi apavargasya narto arthayagalpade nartasya dharmaigandasya kamo labhaya hi smridaha. All occupational engagements are certainly meant for ultimate liberation. All occupation, the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, all those material occupations are meant for liberation only. They should now be performed for material gain. Furthermore, according to sages, one who is engaged in the ultimate occupation service, which is teaching others, preaching others, should now use material gains to cultivate sense gratification. This is very important. So when you are preaching, of course, for liberated souls, and the so-called material pleasures and all that doesn't hold any attraction at all. Because he's deriving so much pleasure by chanting the holy name and speaking about Krishna. So what more we need? So So Narada is continuing to express his pleasure to Vyasa again. Evam Krishna Made Brahman Nasaktasya Almanatmana Amalatmana Kala Pradur Kale Tarit Saudamni Yadha. And so Brahmana Vyasadeva, in due course of time, I was fully absorbed in thinking of Krishna, and who therefore had no attachment, being completely freed from all material taints, met death as lightning illumination occur simultaneously. Kala means death. Pradurabhut kale. In due course, the death came. And till that time, he was totally engaged in Krishna consciousness. So one who is assured of the birth in Krishna Loka, he is not bothered about petty things. So Vishnu Chakravarti says, this at the time of dissolving my subtle and gross bodies, Kale, the time I was waiting for expectantly for a long time made its appearance. Here, it is said that Tadi Saudamani Yatha, flash of lightning and illumination happening simultaneously. Which means shedding of the material body and receiving the spiritual body simultaneously at one time. Absolutely, there is no gap. Like if we say lightning is there, immediately followed by another lightning, you will find there is no gap at all. Time gap, it is not there. It's like Vishnu Chakravarti says, the time when the king went was the time he arrived. It's maybe a bit awkward, because the time when the king went was the time he arrived. So for one person, king has just went. For another person, the king has arrived. For those persons, kings going and coming are simultaneous. It is said that intelligence has the ability to make distinctions, even though it may be fixed in Krishna consciousness, always in Krishna consciousness, but still it has the ability to make the distinction. But in this case, even this intelligence could not make any distinction, because this suddenly two things, the disappearance of the material body and the attainment of spiritual body, simultaneously made their appearance. So this is really amazing, because immediately the second he left his material body, immediately he gets spiritual body. That's why in Krishna, in Srila Prabhupada, many places say that somebody was asking, when you will get a new body? He says it immediately. Immediately. In our case, what happens? Suppose we should have a body. Immediately we get a body with which we can suffer in hellish planets if you want, if you are sinful, or go to the higher planets if you are in a sattvic mood. This happens immediately. There are some people say that after death the soul will just linger there, and that, and after 14th day or something like that, the soul will go. But it's not like that. Immediately you get the body of your karma. If you are hell-bound, naturally you get a body which can tolerate these sufferings. Within seconds you are transferred to the hellish planets. Same way, within seconds you are transferred to the higher planets. That is, if you are still in the material world, absorbed in the activities, good things and bad things, good karma, bad karma. But in case of devotees, pure devotees like Sri Narada, is for him, he is getting a spiritual body. It happens immediately.
Prabhuji, what is a spiritual body?
Spiritual body, eternal. Eternal. Material body is temporary. Spiritual body means Sachidananda, Satchit Ananda. Sat means eternal, Chit means knowledge, and Ananda means bliss. That is why we call it spiritual body. Material body is it is called Asat, Achit, and what Nirananda. Asat, Achit, and Nirananda. Spiritual body is Satchit Ananda. Opposite.
Prabhuji, if the material body is made of 5 elements, then what is
Yes.
the spiritual body made of?
Spiritual body is made of sattvic elements, pure sattvic elements. That is what Sridhar Swami says. Like Krishna's body, he says that it is made of Shuddha particles of Shuddha Sattva, Shuddha Sattva. It is not Sattva-guna, it is Shuddha Sattva.
Okay.
The body is a, but it is not the material elements, it is the Shuddha Sattva element. And there is no distinction between the soul and the mind, the soul and body, etc. Nothing like, everything is together. In our case, the soul is there, engaged in the body. Body is temporary, the soul is eternal. But in case of spiritual body, there is no distinction between the body and the soul. It's one and the same.
Also, Prabhuji, I had one more question.
Yes.
When Krishna had come when he was born as Krishna, and he had a transcendental body. His body
Yes.
was not like our ordinary body. But
Yes.
when he died, what happened to his body?
I already said that he went back to Golok Vrindavan as he is, but he left back a body also. That is why it's a bit difficult to understand. This call of we call this as Andardhana Leela, because he leaves behind. Srimad Bhagavatam says that he leaves behind a body also. At the same time, with his spiritual body, because he coming in a spiritual body, 4th chapter, 6th verse is very clear about this. Ajobisan Avyatma. Avyatma means spiritual body, eternal body, indestructible body. But to bewilder these people, he leaves behind a body and then he goes back to Golok Vrindavan.
Okay.
This Leela is explained in the 3rd canto also in few verses by Uddhava when he's speaking to Maitreya, and towards the end also. So only devotees can really understand the distinction why Krishna has did this, because this is to bewilder those people who are bit demonic, who is demonic in their thinking that Krishna has got a material body.
Mhm. Okay.
But it's not so. So in the last verse, again continuing with this receiving of this body, so that Prayujyamane Maitam Shuddham Bhagavatim Tanum Arabdha Karma Nirvano Nyapadat Panchabaudiga. Having been awarded by transcendental body befitting an associate of first son of Godhead, I quit the body made of 5 material elements, and thus all acquired fruitive results of karma start. So it is said that Bhagavatim Tanum, Shuddham Bhagavatim Tanum. Bhagavatim means fit for associating with personality Godhead, or something that is rewarded by the Krishna. And what is that body? Shuddham Tanum, pure body. It is free from material affinity, and the material is 3 qualities are there in material body is given that. Material body is made of modes, then it has always to suffer the karmic reactions. But in case of spiritual body, it is invested with three primary transcendental qualities, namely eternity, freedom from material bonds, and freedom from reactions of fruitive activities. So here it says that immediately Narada gets a spiritual body. But our Acharya say that even before also, he was having a transcendental body. Because Vishwanath Chakravarti is quoting from Bhashavarti. He says that there are examples in which participate indicate simultaneous actions as sitting down and eating, assuming depths and falling from esteem, closing the eyes and laughing, lowering the head and falling asleep, which is all simultaneous. Same way, simultaneous is that Narada loses or he sheds his material body and he assumes a spiritual body. But Sridhara Swami says that, from this verse we can understand that the bodies of the associates of the Lord are pure without prarabdha karma and eternal. Now we have to understand the three types of karmas. We have discussed in some previous classes also. There are three types of karma: sanchita karma, prarabdha karma, and aprarabdha karma. In this case, we have discussed this, no? Remember?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yes.
Shailaja Maji, Melinda Maji, Jayashree Maji, you remember this?
Yes. Yes,
Sanchita.
Prabhuji. Sanchita karma, good karmas, what you have done in the
Yes.
previous birth, no?
The sum total of all the karmic reactions in all our lives is called Sanchita karma.
Sanchita karma.
And
Prarabdha karma.
Prarabdha karma is this karma, the body, the present body is manifested by the Prarabdha karma. Means out of the Sanchita karma, some karmas are picked up and with that we are awarded with a present body. So our present body is called the Prarabdha karma. Aprarabdha karma is those karmas which is still pending, which is just to fructify, and it will generate in the next now coming lives and award us a suitable body. But in case of devotees, first the aprarabdha karma is destroyed. That means there is no more question of future bodies because this is going to be our last body. So the present body is a result of prarabdha karma.
Yeah.
But here our Acharya says that even the prarabdha karma, prarabdha body also, the body of prarabdha karma also is pure. Because prarabdha karmas were, if we not destroyed, but previously, for this is accomplished by sadhana, prarabdha karma do not remain with the devotees who have developed prema bhakti. He said that this means that the prarabdha karmas were not destroyed just now, but previously, for this is accomplished by sadhana. This means that the prarabdha karma is not destroyed now. It has been destroyed even before also. Because prarabdha karma does not remain with the devotee who is steeped in prema bhakti. So that is when Brahma Samhita says, Srila Prabhupada is quoting, say, what is that? Yastindra gopam athendra haso karma bandhanu rupa bhalabhajana matanodi karmani nirdhati kindu cha bhakti bhajam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Right from Indra to Indra Gopa means germ. Everybody is awarded body according to the karma which they have done. But in case of a devotee, karmani nirdhati kindu cha bhakti bhajam. In case of devotees, this karma has been destroyed. This karma has been destroyed by the fire of devotion. So that karma is destroyed. What is the question of this prarabdha karma, which is giving us body? But that means the body is just there only, but it is actually pure. It is actually pure only.
What about aprarabdha karma? Isn't it
Aprarabdha
not
karma is
pure?
already destroyed. Aprarabdha karma is already destroyed, so there is no question of any future births.
Okay.
Now the present body is a result of prarabdha karma. Only that is remaining. Only the present body is remaining. The present prarabdha.
Yeah.
But that is also actually destroyed. That is why Narada is freely roaming around, chanting the holy name.
Yeah.
Where is the karma there? He is not affected by any karma. So even in case of Priyavrata also, Priyavrata it's in the fifth canto. You speak of Priyavrata Maharaj, 5.1.35. He says, such power is not surprising from persons who have conquered six senses by the dust of the lotus feet of Lord. Such power means this devotion power. Since even an outcast becomes immediately free of bondage of karma by chanting the Lord's name once. Sagridabi, namadheyam. Sagrid means even just once. Naivam vida purusha kara urukramasipam sam tadangri rajasa jida sadgunam chitram midra vigada sagrit adadida yen namadheyam adhuna sajahari tanvam. Such power is not surprising from persons who have conquered the six senses. By six senses means five jnanendriyas and the mind. From the lotus feet of the Lord, since even outcast becomes immediately free from bondage of karma by chanting Lord's name even just once. So what about persons like Narada is chanting incessantly, continuously chanting the holy name? How he is going to be affected by this karma? Why this is so? Because since we do not see anyone giving up their body simultaneously by chanting, the body here means that the prarabdha karma which are being experienced in the present body. Prarabdha karma means which is being experienced in the present body, because we don't see anybody just leaving the body, giving the body. But he is actually free from these prarabdhas. This is the opinion of some. In case of Gopis also in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.29.11, it is said that in the beginning of Rasa Dansa, Jahur Gunamayam Deham Sadhya Pradikshanabandha, free of bondage, those gopis abandoned their gross material bodies made of gunas. So, Vishwanath Chakravarti says, if the intention is that when Narada's prarabdha karmas were destroyed and his bell fell away, if that intention was there, because after destruction of prarabdha karma, the body fell down, then the sentence should be instead of arabdha karma nirvana, it should be prarabdha karma nirvana nibadat panchabodhiga. After elimination of this prarabdha karma, made of this, he left his body made of 5 elements. But the word is arabdha karma nirvana. Arabdha, you said arabdha karma nirvana is not prarabdha karma. So prarabdha karma is already was destroyed in the sadhaka state itself. So only he is waiting. That's a kalam prediction. He's just waiting. He is waiting for Krishna to fix the appropriate times so that he can go back. So this is the experience of Sri Narada, which is explained to Vyasadeva. Another few verses are there. After the chapter will be over. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Are you developing a taste for chanting verses, Milindamaji, now?
Yes,
You're
Prabhuji.
free from apprehension. You're very apprehensive, we're chanting the
Yes.
reciting the verses.
Yes,
So
Prabhuji.
you have done the taste. So Sanskrit language is so nice.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Point chart of the Kribas into the Paitanam.
Krishna Bhebhyo Namah.
Like that, we develop the taste for Kirtans also. I posted that. Did you see this? Did you see that? Govindam Adipurusham.
Yes.
Yashimaji. Nigdamaji already knows.
Yes, Prabhuji. It's so sweet.
So next class onwards, we'll start the Kirtan. Maybe even
Yes,
now we can do
This
that.
one, no. Prabhuji, this one, no. Jayati Dedigam Janmana Vraja.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Shayada
That is
Indira
Gopiki.
Shoshadatrahi Deida Drishyadam Dichutavaga Stoyidrda Sabastam Vijinade.
That is Gopikita. You can go to this net, Google, and just no, Play Store. You go to Play Store and type this Gopikit. Gopikit. Go to Play Store.
Okay.
Vaishnavi.
Vaishnavi Namah. Ananta